All right, welcome back to another episode of AchromatiCraft. We're here again in our desert village, and as I walk through here, you might see some things that you haven't seen before. I've been working hard off camera to get this village going even more. Let's take a little bit of a look and see what we've done. All right, so looking at this part of the village, I'll give you a little bit of context so you know where we're at. There's our portal, our trading hall, and then we did the mine shaft last time, down where the spiders are. And then our original farm is up there. So as you can see, it's getting a little harder to see things because I'm starting to add a lot of extra buildings in here. Now, there isn't much in them, and I've started laying out some concepts of like different shop areas, different things that can come in here. We're even going to look at like putting some connecting lines. Maybe there's clothes or towels hanging out, some rock piles, and then obviously the trees. Probably won't be a lot of trees, but I figure if this is a grand area, they planted some trees. So we're going to keep just adding more and more buildings in here. I'll keep doing that off camera, but I always want to show you. So we're going to have some gray ones, some obviously white ones like we've been doing, and then some that are in between. Do I have some of the light gray? Yep, there's a light gray one there. So you can see there's going to be a lot of stuff here. We're going to have an episode where we just need to detail that out. There's going to be a lot of cool details. Even got a well in here. Oh, and you probably started seeing what's in the background. This is going to be kind of the centerpiece, and it's going to be what we're working on today, is getting this done. I'm not going to reveal it just yet, but to get there, you can see I've got lots of chests. We needed quartz blocks. We need smooth quartz blocks. We needed our cyan terracotta stone, and the mushroom stem we've been more using kind of in the buildings. But how are we getting all this? Well, let me show you. So the first thing we've been doing, if you haven't seen in previous episodes, go check out this build. And I got to build a better way down here, but we've really just been coming in, raiding this potato and carrot farms. And then we take it over to the trading hall, so we can do that real quick. And it makes it really easy to get a lot of that quartz. Well, I shouldn't say easy, but it's a lot better than going in the nether, trying to dig up everything. But we can come in here pretty quick. We have our farmer villagers over here. We come in. You can see I've already got discounts with them because I've been trading so much. So once we get the quartz, we head over here to our masons. Scroll down to the bottom, get our block of quartz. Obviously, I do that a whole bunch more. Won't do it while you're watching here. And then we take that. And I could probably dump off some of this stuff here. And let's fly over here real quick. And I'll show you. I set up this furnace array so that we can pop these regular quartz blocks in. And if you haven't seen this, they actually come in and they get smelted. And that's how you get the smooth variants. So as you can see, we've been doing this a lot. So while this has been running, I've been building these small houses because we're going to do a big build today. Oh, and I should probably show you my mushroom farm. Let's fly over there real quick and I'll show you. All right, I called it a mushroom farm, but it's maybe not a mushroom farm. It's really just a place where I've been growing mushrooms. So we're going to have to do this at some point, just growing them on the crimson nylium. And then I went and got us a silk touch axe. This is the easiest way to kind of just pull this stuff out. And then I use my other axe to do the top, because that's going to give us more mushrooms for us to plant. I'll take the rest of this down off camera, but that's how we're getting our mushroom stem. And as you can see, it's slow. So I've been doing 4 of them at a time so that we can really just kind of keep growing them, chopping them down, growing them, chopping them down. We'll get a better farm for this later, but at least for now, we got a way to add it to the city. All right, the other update I wanted to give is that we keep using this thing. I didn't know if we would use this farm as much as we have, but as you can see, the cactus keeps coming in. And when it builds up here, what I've been doing, I can actually do it here, is putting some in both of them. That might be a flaw with our system. I didn't know how much cactus would be coming in. But what I love is we can get this lava ready, chuck it in, and that's how we keep getting all of our green dye. Then we just add that with our blue dye. But we got to get a blue dye farm. Right now I'm going around either looking for lapis or other ways of getting it. We got to get something better. But that gives us the base, and then, and I feel like I'm giving a whole tour of our base so far, or at least this city, is coming in here and harvesting the clay. Looks like it's ready again for us. I won't do that on camera, but as you know, we take this, pop it in this secret furnace array, and out comes our terracotta. So we've been doing a lot of work. It's been so much offline, but it's time. Let's fly up there and let's talk about our project today. So as you can see, maybe I'll actually land up here. I really want this city to feel like it's been growing out around something, not just another village. We can obviously see the original village there, but I wanted something that's kind of grand. And I decided we need a desert pyramid. But not like the ones that Minecraft comes with generically. Something bigger, something awesome. And so I've been kind of concepting some ideas of these towers that come up. And you see this one is buried. So I'm taking a lot of inspiration from the shape that we already get from the desert temple, kind of the temple portion in the middle with these towers on the side. But what I thought, and maybe it'll be better if I fly here, is as you can see, this hill is naturally already there. I didn't want to take it out. I didn't really even want to build on it. So I figured, what if it looked like the desert temple was buried inside of the sand because of all the years, and so you see portions of it sticking out, so you might not even get the full temple here. You might just get the top portion of that tower, and then the peak will be there. And that is the concept. Now let's see if we can actually build it. I'm going to start by knocking out these towers. As you can see, I've kind of measured them out up here, and we figured out roughly the height that we're going to do. I wanted to match those up so that when we put it in, it'll look good. So let's get our resources here and let's get building. And a whole bunch of time later, wow, this is going to be a bigger project than I thought. We've got the 2 towers in. I borrowed this symbol. I can't remember where I found it. I'll try and put a link down in the description if I can find it. But borrowed that symbol because I thought it looked a lot better than the traditional little small one that's on the desert pyramid. So we've got that. We've got these towers up. Now that I look at it, I might be crazy. I don't know if I want to go this big, but I think it's going to get us there. Let's fly around a little here. Let you see the scope. As you can see, this thing is going to be huge. The towers, or the pyramid's going to be based off of the edge of these to go up to that point, and same thing over there. And so we're getting there, and you can see I've started building a little bit of the pathway. We're going to have to do some landscaping. I don't know how much of this I want to be buried. I think that's looking pretty cool. But I want this to be a grand entrance. So when the people were coming here, starting to look at it, they saw this entrance. And when we put the gray landscaping in the road, I think it'll make more sense. But I really wanted a really cool grand entrance. And next, what we're going to do is build up kind of a wall through here. So we might build this platform a little bigger, keeping my center block so I make sure we keep everything on center. But let's build this facade, and then we'll start working on the pyramid. Oh, here we go. Time to do some more. Sleep first, and then build. All right, in the next portion, we're starting to get a little bit of a facade going on here. But I also wanted to bring in the symbol from the original desert temples so that we have that. So I've kind of scaled down this version of that tower to 2 smaller ones. This will help frame out the entrance of where we're going to show that they would have gone into this big pyramid and what they blocked up after. And let's see if I can get a little better view for you here. I've also wanted to bring in kind of this alcove feeling on the side. Now there's going to be a wall. We're going to put a wall right through here. So this area kind of gets blocked off. But what I'm loving about kind of where this is getting is that when we replace this sand, it's really going to look like over time this sand has blown in on this temple and has really kind of hit it. So maybe the villagers here have started cleaning it up, but they haven't gotten it all. There's so much sand. So we're getting there. We're getting it all built, at least the facade. I think the next portion is I want to get in at least some of the back part of the actual temple and see what that's going to look like. Because we're going to use almost somewhat of a mix between Egyptian pyramid and a Mayan pyramid. Couldn't think of those words for a second. But it's going to be a little stepped, but mostly have that regular triangle pyramid look. So I'm going to get a few rows in, and maybe that'll help explain what I'm trying to tell you about. And a new morning means a new section in. I wish it was just one day. That was quite a lot of work, but I think this is really starting to get kind of the vision that I'm hoping for. Is kind of these two different towers with the smaller ones for the entrance, the little side things. And then I think we're finally starting to get kind of up to this peak. Now, I don't know if I made that quite tall enough with the course that I'm going, but I think this is starting to look and resemble the temple that I was hoping for. So I really wanted to feel like they put some grand pieces on the side and then had the temple. Too often the temples are kind of just the main pyramid, but I want this to be a lot bigger. And we've got a little secret that I'm going to talk about this over in a minute, but we just got to keep going. I was going to cut the episode here and say that was enough work, but you guys don't want that. You want to see it done. So let's keep going. I'm going to go grab some more of my resources down here and see if we can get that peak in and see what it looks like. And again, a couple real days later, we've got it. I think we've got the whole thing built. Oh, and it's looking awesome. It's a good kind of laid out exactly what I was hoping for. That it would look like it was buried in the sand. And let's see if I can land here. Perfect. We got it. It's so perfect right into the landscape. As you knew, there was a little valley here. But what I love is it's like they've cleared out most of it. There's still some work to do around the edges, but they're getting the pyramid uncovered. And we've got it built. Man, that was so much work. But what I really like about this is I really tried to incorporate a lot of having contrast. So not just the symbols, but also some stripes, and not making it just look like a smooth pyramid, but look like something that the ancients really put a lot of work into. Now, I don't know if you can see it up at the top, right up there, but there's glass. What I want to do is put a beacon up there. It won't power anything really. It'll just be a cool thing that looks like they unlocked the power of this ancient pyramid. And so I think we're getting there. Now, I need to invite some friends on. And you know what that means? It's time to convert all of this sand into our grayscale sand. That's going to be a lot of work, but I've got two friends that are ready to log on, help me do it. So we're just going to do it real quick, get it knocked out, at least on this side. I guess I should show you what the sides look like. As you can see, it kind of comes down. I don't know if we'll wrap all of the landscaping all the way around right now. We'll probably do at least a portion so you can't see it. Because if you look in the back, we didn't even finish the temple because there's some big holes and some weird landscaping. So we're not going to finish all the landscaping right now, but we're at least going to get high enough up that this thing will look complete. So let me go do that, and I'll bring you back in for a final reveal. Alright, I got to give a big shout out. That was a lot of work, so thank you to my two friends who joined. They don't want to be mentioned by name, so I won't embarrass them here. But thank you guys for coming and helping me. This was so much that we had to put in. And as you can see, I don't have it all the way done because we're going to put some other things out here. I'm not quite sure what they are. We started burying some of the torches, but there's a lot of work to do there. So before we kind of call it an episode, let's look and see. Oh yeah. I love that, like, this almost feels like its own building, but yet it's still connected, and then this feels or is integrated into it. I think this is a really cool temple. I think this is really going to give a structure, especially if I fly down here and imagine you're coming out of the trading hall and you see that in the background, just peeking through kind of the trees. You get this central walkway and you can walk right up and see this temple. I think it's going to be really cool, especially when we get some of the landscaping in. I want to see if I can figure out some statues. If y'all have any good ideas for statues or maybe obelisks, I'd love to put some of those type of things in too. But I think this is going to be kind of that perfect background that no matter kind of where you're walking out, let's see what the view looks like from over here at the portal. Oh yeah, that it's like this grand central thing. Because what I was worried about is we weren't getting enough height. And this is definitely getting us that height in the map. So I think that's going to be pretty awesome, especially when we can start playing up the archaeology portion of this. And then, I don't have it figured out just yet, but as you know, in every one of our cities, there has to be a way that kind of this gray infestation took over the world. And we're going to play into that, especially with the archaeology piece. That's going to come in a future episode, but we're going to use this portion here for where maybe they started archaeology to dig into the temple or into the pyramid to see what was in there, and they got a curse and it came flooding out. But we don't have enough time. This has taken enough to build this today. That's going to come in a future episode. If you have an idea of what this tunnel might look like that they started boring into the pyramid would look like, let me know down in the comments. I'm really excited to keep working on this city. I'll probably even keep doing some more cities as we go. And please keep me posted on what you think we could put inside of this pyramid. Right now it's a whole bunch of sand and we have a lot of space. And I thought maybe a mob farm or something else could go in there. But that's again another future project. As you can see, I just keep coming up with ideas because there's so much we can do in this city. So that is going to be our desert pyramid for this episode. Let me know what you think and make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.